Hello! It has been a moment. This is Nu CJM Extra, and I am the host for this spin off series or whatever of CGM of Nu CJM, and I am here with.
Michael?
And the other jerks are just gonna be quiet for this segment, I guess. I don't know. Let's
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
so
That was funny.
I guess we're gonna get just move this along. As you see on the screen, I have pictures of Batman, and why? Because unfortunately, some weeks ago, 2 weeks ago now, three, uh,
Almost a month.
almost a month. That last month, we lost. Oh God, I can't believe I'm fucking on his name. Michael, help me.
Kevin,
Conroy.
Kevin
Kevin
Conroy.
Conroy. Yes. He
We,
was the Batman.
he was the voice of Batman for some generations, and it was unexpected, and it's still shocking that he's gone. He had
Yeah.
cancer. He was battling cancer.
Yeah, like a brief stem cancer, had cancer, and just, it just took him, sadly. Yeah. It just sadly passed. It's kind of sad. It was a sad day for like a lot of Batman fans and fans and of animation in general.
Yes, because when you think of Batman, you hear Kevin Conroy's voice as the Batman, and there have been many other people who have dipped their toes in voicing Batman. But however, Kevin's is the most iconic because it's just is more or less.
Yeah, it's been doing it since 1992.
1992, Batman the animated series dropped on Fox Kids at like 3 o'clock or something.
Yeah.
And honestly, I wasn't the biggest Batman head as a kid when it came out because the show was pretty expansive with its noir mystery, and I wasn't into it at the time, so I couldn't appreciate it. Uh, Mike,
Mm-hmm.
though, he's a big Batman fan, so I'll let him take
Yeah.
this part.
Yeah, so Batman animated series came out pretty much at the right time where Batmania kind of came back to Tim Burton's films, Family Channel, getting the rights to the 60s Batman series. And so it just came ahead that, hey, Batman was big again, and the animated series kind of came along and really, in my opinion, kind of changed Batman and pushed Batman into popularity in terms of like making certain characters popular by redefining them, like Mr. Freeze, considered kind of like a not a great character at one point, but they redid his backstory, made it kind of sympathetic, like a tragic story, and people clicked, and it won an Oscar, it won an Emmy that episode.
Heart of Ice.
Yeah, Heart of Ice, and also created Harley Quinn, who obviously went on to come later in the comics and stuff. But yeah, Harley Quinn, creation of Paul Dini, Bruce Timm, Paul Dini was sick one day, and he saw, one of those soaps, and his friend Erling Sorkin,
Days of Our Lives.
yeah, Days Are Alive, saw her in a kind of a Harley Quinn outfit type, or clown
A
outfit.
Harlequin outfit.
Yeah, like a clown slash Harley Quinn type outfit, and boom, got the inspiration for Harley Quinn.
And though Harley Quinn didn't really, she kind of popped up randomly, like in an episode, so I didn't really know she was going to be like. I did not know the extent of the popularity that she will eventually bring in the series. Because I think some were expecting her to see her in the comics, but she didn't make her first comic appearance until at least until like after the show, more or less.
Yeah, like they did a comic with like the style of the animated series in the 90s, Mad Love, which they adapted into the animated series. Um, but she didn't appear into the comics until like right around the No Man Land saga. You know, the earthquake saga.
which destroyed half of Gotham, and it became like a no state zone or whatever by the government or whatever.
Yeah, it's like, well, God, the fuck, criminals are running rampant. Yeah, not
Electricity's
gonna,
cut off,
yeah, not a good period.
and every villain at the time, I believe, like had like their own sections, even the Gotham PI.
Yeah, like Two Face had his side, Joker obviously, Penguin, uh, Black Mask, I believe, as well. Had his side. Yeah,
And it introduced Kate, what's her name? The Batgirl that majority like
Cassandra
Stephanie.
Cain.
Cassandra
Yeah,
Cain,
Cassandra Cain. Yep,
the
Cassandra
daughter of
Cain.
Shiva or whatever.
Yep, yep, yep. Cassandra Cain. It's a good. It was actually pretty good and could actually be a worthy successor for Bruce if she ever was serious, went all out.
Like with her
She
detective skills or her fighting attack or her fighting skills.
or both, but her fighting skills in particular, because she is by definition better than Bruce.
Oh,
And Bruce, yes, and Bruce will admit it. That Cassandra could beat him.
so this is like before the whole Damian Wayne thing came around and shit, right?
Yes,
Mm.
yeah, and Damian Wayne didn't come to like a little bit later. We got which year? I think right around New 52, I want to say. Close to it? No. It was 4.
Hmm.
Because, um, because Damien came right around that weird period when Bruce was quote unquote dead for a hot minute there. By dead, I mean like traveling to the past.
Oh,
Because,
right. Just what's his name?
yeah. The Dark Side's Omega Beam planned to make Bruce a bomb.
Whatever that
Weird
means.
period.
I still don't grasp that shit.
Yeah, it was a weird DC period of Bruce gone Dick becoming Batman for a little bit, and Damian was around. Made Damian Robin. Tim was doing whatever Tim's doing. So it
Team
was a
became
weird
Red
period.
Robin, I believe.
Yeah, he became Red Robin. Stephanie Brown, became Batgirl for a hot minute there as well. It was a weird time, I think.
Then the new 52 came along and just kind of tried to sort everything out. And
Yeah, restarted quote unquote everything thing. But yeah, and that lasted a few years, and then they DC just likes to reboot. They can't keep their footing. I guess.
they really can.
Nope, they always have to have a crisis or something to reboot the universe again. So
The first reboot was the new 51, was the new 52. Younger, hipper heroes who are the characters we know, but in it's kind of like the Ultimate universe, more or less, but kind of they went with it
yeah,
hardcore, more or less.
yeah, they did. Like for a minute, Wonder Woman, Superman were a thing.
Which I
Um,
hate. I mean, I liked it for like juvenile reasons at the time, but then later when I became a Superman fan, I realized that shit never should have happened.
yeah,
There should be no stories where Wonder Woman and Superman ever hook up. I think that's the worst thing that could have ever happened. Unless we're talking about Project Echo, then it's fine. But that's a different
yeah,
thing.
that's a side thing. That is great. That's a great anime, by the way, and you should watch it.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
mm, that
but
that then it went into Scott Snyder story, which lasted a couple of years.
yeah, got Snyder's Batman run, which was had some ups and downs. Like there's some great moments. The Court of Owl's being really good. To some weird moments like Devil Joker, quote unquote. Like, like that period where Joker's face cut off. Um, Joker becomes the devil in a sense, or right? Jokingly said he's Pennywise because because he has this chemical which is similar to Lazarus Pit, and yeah, making him quote unquote immortal. To of course recently they had the three Jokers, which once again explains, like if you're exposed to Joker toxin or Joker venom, it could potentially make you a Joker. And so I kind of like that idea a little bit more than Joker being immortal, kind of. Because, yeah, it just makes it make sense.
But that didn't happen at least since almost 2 years ago at this point, more or
Yeah,
less.
2 years ago.
When they
Yeah,
finally just decided to give us answers, and the answer is honestly, it doesn't matter. He is an
yeah,
agent of chaos. It does not matter where he comes from, but apparently
yeah,
Joker does have a family, but it doesn't matter.
yeah. Like Bruce figured this out almost immediately, but does in here doesn't matter. He exists, which I think in the end is the ultimate point of the Joker. He exists. Like we know Batman's origins. Joker's pretty much doesn't matter.
And that's
Yeah,
and that's what the story is all about, which some people really try to take to the extreme though. Maybe that was supposed to be it. Like it doesn't matter with
yeah,
him. So stop worrying about Joker. It doesn't matter.
yeah.
There's nothing deep about Joker unless you are a red flag in your own life and you actually look up to the Joker and really think that him and Harley are the OTP one the
Oh
other way.
God.
Yeah, that's yeah,
Oh God. It's terrible.
it is. I mean, I prefer. I mean, I'm not the biggest Harley Quinn fan, but her and Poison Ivy got something going on with them, which is good, and it's more or less healthier. So even though they're like
Yeah.
sometimes like running around causing mischief or whatever, but
Yeah.
what they have is good. So okay, cool.
Yeah. They've become more like a gray area. They such anti-heroes. No, more or less. Like now you got Punchline and the other. Damn it, I forget the other one is now sort of the new Poison Ivy.
Oh, that's it. Oh, the lady with the business suit or whatever.
Yeah. Like they're kind of now filling the chaotic villain role at the moment.
I don't keep up with any of the Batman or DC shit right now, so Mike probably knows more than I do with this.
Yeah. Punchline's like popular, so she's getting more or less the other Harley Quinn trim, and she's like if Raven was a serial killer, no less. That's how I like to describe her.
Minus the
Like
powers.
yeah, my powers. Like if you think about it, Harley Quinn's like the Starfire from Teen Titans, the animated series, in in that version, and in Punchline kind of like Raven. Like if you like describe personalities
Mm,
and or like looks, kind of.
mm. Though, since we went through all the comic book lore of everything that's happened, this all connects back to Batman because this is pretty much going to be a Batman talk, and maybe more specifically the animated version of
Yeah.
Batman that became the most well-known version. Um,
Yeah.
there were other times, but I guess we should talk about Kevin Conroy. Mike, what are your thoughts for Kevin Conroy? Pretty much.
I mean, when Kevin, like when I first heard Kevin as Batman, like it was like he was great. And I mean, he still is great, but like he just captured like Batman's like essence. And like when you read it as a DC Pride like story, like comic, it's like really moving. Like you know, all like since the '80s, since like he was a gay, you know, person, and like he couldn't like be himself because back then, homophobia and all, yes, sadly there, but it's gotten a little bit better. But even back then, it was like horrible, and like I was used to pain, kind of like give us this great iconic performance, these lines that just like stick with you. That delivery of "I am vengeance, I am the night, I Batman," it still sticks with you.
Mm.
And I'm happy he got to, say it, although a bit the his voice changed over the years, but was able to say it in Arkham Knight, which was good.
A game which is it's really built. It's really it's really broken in terms of that damn tank thing, though.
It's Bat Tank the game.
Though, but we'll get back to the games at least because that was a big highlight for him to come back for that. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, the Killing Joke, which got adapted, which, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they did it in a weird way.
Mm.
Like, Bruce Timmons and Barbara Bad
Bruce,
Fetish.
Bruce Tim. I have no issues with that guy. He can do whatever he wants. But god damn it, he really was just too much with the Bruce Babs thing. Like, dude,
Like,
that's like his daughter. Stop.
yeah, I like Bruce Timmons. Sometimes his Barbara Bruce, like, hookup fetish is, like, really, like, yeah.
I don't get behind it, and like how I didn't get behind Tim and Babs either. That was also like, no, 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 no.
Yeah,
Does
that's
not work
true.
for Tim either.
That's true.
It's either give Babs and Dick another chance or whatever, or give her someone else, or at least let her be independent away from romance.
Yeah, that was awkward in that game. Just like, real, wow, okay.
Uh, Again, no, not again. Yeah, I didn't really appreciate Batman. I watched some episodes. I thought they were boring, but I had like attention disorder or whatever, so I just couldn't really pay attention much.
Ah,
Except for when it came to like seeing Robin. Like, okay, that's cool. When it got to Batman and Robin, it was fine.
mm,
It was a more action oriented for kids, like more, I guess, more for the kids too, but still had the noir aspect. But I barely paid attention because it was Batman, and yeah. However, by the
mm,
time the 2000 came up, we were introduced to Justice League on Cartoon Network, which still is a fantastic show to watch. And
mm,
every time you watch it, it always feels brand spanking new.
yes.
Especially when you sometimes get Batman coming in because he just says, I'm part time." He was not a full time member. He made sure to tell you, "I had responsibilities in Gotham. I'll help out if I feel like
Yeah.
it," or whatever.
Yeah. When the world's big, you'll
And he
give a call.
and he's and he still had his iconic lines with with Kevin Conroy just doing
Yeah.
Batman for like a couple of years more, and
Mm-hmm.
I think there are a couple of episodes which he stands out in that show. Particularly like to dream a little dream or whatever, when he had to stay up and save the Justice League or whatever.
Yeah, that was a good episode. The first like Injustice League quote unquote episode. Um,
Yeah, that's also a
yeah,
standout.
yeah.
Yes.
Over him and like Mark Hamill Joker, like he just punches him and Mark Hamill goes, "You're despicable," like that. That's such a great, that's such a great line.
He got rid of him very quickly because Joker was like, he was like saying, "Lexi, you just want to fight me?" And Lex is like, "Oh, dude, no." Because if you don't know, Lex, there was this awesome crossover event in Batman and Superman's cartoon shows, The
Yeah,
World's Finest, which It's still a good. It's still great episodes for for those series.
It is, and Lex remembers the Joker did. Like, yeah, yeah.
And that's how they knew each other from the start. Because, of course, Bruce, Superman cheated and looked at Batman, who was Batman, and Batman just says, "You looked." He knocks him away and leaves, but he leaves a track on Superman, and then late at night, Superman gets a feeling someone's watching him, and then he uses his X-ray vision or whatever, and uses and like sees Batman, who just gives him like he gives him like a look or whatever. So
Yeah, like,
a salute.
No, now we're even. Now we're even.
Yes, and then Superman's like. So it took a minute before those two set aside their differences. I mean, and along with it was Bruce like he was dating Lois, and that's why Clark was upset. Superman was upset because Bruce was dating Lois. He liked Lois. He didn't tell her, and she's fine with it. And then she winds up getting involved with the Joker, unfortunately, because of course he has to be there with Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
and
it's enough. Voice actress played Lois played Andrea Beaumont in Mass Phantasm.
Oh, nice.
So Bruce and her actress, or Kevin and her, a great work relationship already.
Nice. I had no clue. Oh, right. Mask of the Phantasm, which is also the first quote-unquote Batman film to appear on theaters, I believe.
Yeah, it was like the first animated Batman movie in the theater and the only one so far.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Did it get some kind of award, or was that just strictly Heart of Ice?
I think it's Heart of Ice. I think like it's become like obviously fans today hold in the high regard because it is a excellent Batman film. By definition, it's really good, and
yeah,
and it really, Kevin gave great performance.
Honestly,
you could feel from Bruce in that movie.
And I only watched it once, so my memory's spotty. But I know clearly she was the Phantasm in the end, and they would have gotten together, but reasons happened, and I think she tried to kill the Joker in the end. And then I said, "Mom, they killed the Joker. He's not dead, Jeffrey." I learned from Mike later that in like hindsight, when we had this conversation once about if you don't see a body, he ain't dead.
It kind of like the explosion in that amusement. Well, I wouldn't say amusement park, but that theme park attraction. It made it look like they both died, but history dictates no, they're still alive.
Yeah, if you don't see a body, it don't count. So don't worry about it.
And the comic actually shows them what happened.
Also, it's Joker. He's always going to survive, no matter what. Even if it gets even if it gets brained, he's still alive.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, up until the flashback sequence of Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker, but that's neither here or there.
We're going to give you the censored and uncensored version.
I'm not sure which one I like more for the Return of the Joker. I've seen both, but I'm not sure what I like more because the uncensored version, the uncut one or whatever, is still graphic. Because you hear something.
I like the uncut one because he says that's not funny.
Yeah.
Because the joke is because pretty much it's him saying the joke is ruined.
Yeah.
The Return of the Joker. That was wow, that really changed the dynamic of what really happened to the Joker and what really broke apart the Bat family, more or less.
Yeah. Dark stuff.
Kevin Conroy really did old man Bruce great. As much as he was an ornery old man, he knew what he was talking about sometimes, and tried to guide Terry into being Batman sometimes when they didn't have their disagreements. I remember there was another episode in Batman Beyond, and sorry for flip flopping with this. Uh, it was when he was talking to Terry about something that happened with Bruce or whatever, with like some kind of psychological torment or whatever. And he mentions to Terry, "You're wrong about one thing." Yes, to people I am Bruce Wayne, but in my head, he doesn't say it. But the camera just kind of just
Oh
waits
yeah,
on Bruce, and Terry just kind of looks shocked, and then Bruce just kind of smiles and just walks off.
oh yeah, oh yeah, the Shriek episode where Bruce is like Bruce tells Terry like that the voice in my head, it always kept calling me Bruce. That's not what I call myself.
Oh my god, that was kind of dark though. Like, damn, he gonna call himself Batman in his head.
Like if because Bruce Wayne was the 9-year-old in the alley, and he considers that one dead. Considers him dead.
Yeah. That makes sense. Like
Yeah.
if you look at Arkham Knight, that's kind of what happened.
Sometimes, Batman episodes always somewhat ended in a bittersweet moment with the music, which was beautiful in Batman and Batman Beyond sometimes. But sometimes it just left you kind of hollow. That's what might be the reason why I could never really get into it as a kid.
Yeah, because like there was like deep meaning behind those episodes, like bittersweet, especially like ones that are sympathetic, like Baby Doll.
Baby Doll brings me to tears, or just I just cannot watch. I can only watch it like for a couple minutes, and then it's like, man, this is just heartbreaking.
Yeah, that shit is sad.
Yeah, that one. Let's see the one with the two brothers. One's like a scumbag. The other's a priest. That episode always got like moves me a little bit. And there's some good ones that are kind of like lighthearted, and some like old ones. Kind of like you see a breakup of sorts, and obviously Over the Edge, where
Babs dies, and it just brings forth Armageddon, which is another dark episode.
Yeah, like you think Babs is dead, and it's a fear toxin which they will reuse kind of in Arkham Knight a little bit.
Which I never did finish that storyline due to that stupid tank last part. God damn it. So
yeah, you can see them borrowing elements of previous stuff in the games, and like reminds you, Scarecrow's like gas, fear gas is strong up to a point.
But Babs does survive in both instances, thank goodness.
Yeah.
And in a small side note, fuck Jim Gordon. I have to give so much respect to him in the cartoon and in the comics. He knows. He somewhat knows unconsciously that Batgirl is Babs. He knows that she's working with Batman. He just doesn't say it. He just doesn't want to. I guess not acknowledging it, but even though he knows, it's just I guess for him, it's like she knows what she's doing. I raised her as best I can. I have a son that's like totally nutsoid, and she'll be fine. She knows what she's doing. That's my take on it, though. And of course, when it comes to Jim Gordon's son, which I was surprised he had until learning more information about it, he's crazy due to what could have potentially happened in the beginning of year 1 of Batman, where some dude threw Jim Gordon's son over the edge, which might have caused him to become a sociopathic maniac later.
Yes. Yeah, like that storyline dark with Jim Gordon's son there and stuff.
And from what I understand, Babs is very adamant when it comes to her brother that Jim Gordon does not get involved, because she just says, "Dad, it's him. Why you don't get involved with him, Dad?" It'll bring you nothing but sadness and anger. Don't get involved. But he somehow winds
Yeah.
up getting involved every time. And it
Yeah.
breaks his heart, more or
Yeah.
less.
Sadly.
I mean, I never knew that Babs had an older sibling because there was that whole thing that she potentially could really be like his like adopted daughter for reasons or something else happened. But no, they made sure to make her his biological daughter, his second child.
Yes. We just kind of forget about their brother for reasons. Because, because background and they had to figure out what can we do. So we made him a serial killer. So,
Uh,
I mean, the 90s, late 90s, 2000s.
I mean, even though I was trying to get out the edgelord, that was very unexpected, knowing that she has an older brother who's a serial killer.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not something. I guess that's not something you like to bring up in any circumstances. Don't you have a son? Yeah, but we don't talk about it.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh yeah, Bruce and his quote unquote alleged brother.
I want that to happen, though. I'm still waiting on that to be a thing.
Yeah, I remember reading about it, but I haven't about it since. So we'll wait and see what happens.
I mean,
That's ever
we.
addressed.
I mean, it's said that. I mean, given the fact of Bruce's psychology, he probably sees his parents in a different light. Well, from what we saw in the Batman, right? Taking some notes from that, like clearly he thought highly of his parents. But then again, with the whole psychological thing from his mom's side, sadly, which kind of might be. I don't want to use the word canon loosely, but from the stories that's been said about his parents, of course they're not perfect.
Yeah. It's interesting. Earth One, that comic storyline, which has influence in the Batman in terms of like Bruce and Alfred's relationship, especially. Like being kind of like not not quite what we think of as animated series or mainline comics, but building up to kind of be there eventually. Yeah, and like I was looking at the Falcone thing in the Batman. Was like I was looking far from Halloween and stuff, and just another good comic book and movie. And stuff, and I didn't really have a problem that they sort of changed the ending so that Bruce figures it out or finds out the killer. Because the original one, they never, Bruce never figures it out per se, but it's revealed to us as the audience who the killer is. I think, well, in the comics, Two-Face Harvey Dent takes the blame, but it's someone else in the storyline that we don't really think about as much until you realize, it's this character. And I don't want to spoil it because, go read it or watch the movie.
I forgot that was a movie, actually.
Yeah.
2, right? 2 parts, right?
Yeah, 2 parts. Because you got Joker in the first one, you got later Solomon Grundy, Poison Ivy, and other, and of course, Calendar Man's Paul. Interesting times.
Oh man, with all these with Kevin Conroy's all his voice acting is Batman really just stands just time with bringing up all these stuff about all these random Batman stories from the comics, shows, and games. It's just it really just stands out that he really was a juggernaut, and he says that he's not the Batman. He never sums up as the Batman because anyone can put their own twist on it. And he's just fine. He can share the glory of Batman. It's just as fans, we kind of just say, but it's Kevin Conroy. I mean, as much as we love like any other iteration, like the actors who have played in
Yeah.
like in the movies, like Michael Keaton's my Batman. It took me a minute to like what was his name in the trilogy that I just watched this year. Finally, get my thoughts on it.
Oh, Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. He's an okay Batman, but god damn it, he
I
does
mean,
not bring nothing for fucking Batman. He's a good Bruce Wayne, but
he's just a better Bruce Wayne than Batman. Like, he could have been a little bit better, but once again, there's also been direction for Chris Nolan and other things, so I get that, but still, he got overshadowed by the villain.
of course. And, oh god, and that damn love interest of his. Oh god, what was her name? Kate, whatever her name was.
Yeah.
Oh god, that was damn. They just threw her over a bridge.
Yeah, they sadly, killed her off. And,
In the second movie, which
yeah.
It's clearly that's a sexist move. Honestly, she was just there to die to motivate fucking Bruce. God damn it!
Hey, Joe.
Oh man, and it still leaves a bad taste in my mouth that he says that she would have gone away with me, Alfred, and Alfred knows that no, she would have given you up to have a normal life, and he never told her. He never told him the last words or thoughts of
Yeah,
Kate.
maybe like in the beginning, but by the time the Dark Knight comes, it's pretty clear. Bruce at that point, like, so like, I want to be Batman. I want to, that it's like ingrained in him. Sadly, no. But thankfully, that Bruce does have a happy ending.
With Selena Kyle.
Yes, Selena Kyle.
Which, it was a good movie, more or less. I liked it. It wasn't bad, just, okay, a lot of it's like anarchy. Seriously.
Yeah. Which, it's like it's anarchy in British Raiders.
I'm Britain! I'm Britain!
I'm British. You know I'm supposed to be South American.
Yep, he was. Yep, they kind of just blew that shit. Oof. All right.
They whitewashed me just like they did Rachel Gould.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
That's a big criticism I always have.
I'm not sure why they want to whitewash these characters, but whatever.
Yeah.
But oh man, what was I trying to get at? Oh, right. But with every iteration of Batman, Kevin Conroy is what you think of when you hear Batman, and it really is true. I mean, I think another big thing was the games, which we have talked about, and that would be Arkham Asylum, which came out in 2011, 2012?
2009.
2009, actually. Okay.
Yeah. City 11, Night 15, Origins, and Sonic plays Hector as Batman. Interesting enough. But yeah. But the three games that Kevin was associated with were honestly some of the best games. Silent for sure. City most definitely.
City most definitely for its expansive gameplay and the world of Gotham under lockdown, and it was amazing playing that game.
Yeah.
Glitches and all, sadly.
Yeah, Origins here more so, but that's a different tale. Once again, Origins got clipped by Bane, fell through the wall. Even though I was supposed to hit an invisible wall, I fell past the invisible wall.
I had so much trouble with Bane. It took me a long time to defeat that dude.
Yeah,
and it wasn't easy with Alfred telling me you have to defeat him now, Master Bruce.
Yeah, I got annoyed at that because I was just honestly in Origins I was terrible at disrupting the disruptors.
Oh.
Yeah, because I was like, can't see, Alfred. So I had to use luck and patience to get him in certain positions where I could slam him against the wall and duck into a duck as quick as possible.
It kind of reminded me of the Mr. Freeze fight in like City, where you just have to
Yeah,
like use
yeah,
gadgets. Like, oh fuck.
yeah, yeah. That's what that was the intent of Origins, like to pretty much expand on Freeze fight, which is an excellent fight in City. It's obviously the best boss fight I think in the entire Batman trilogy or saga of Arkham games. Like Square One, it's probably the best.
Mm,
Um, I mean, I like Firefly in Origins because it's like kind of cinematic and feels like it could be in a Batman movie,
hmm
which kind of bums me out that we're not gonna get Batgirl, but whatever.
Oh,
There we
right. When
go.
she's like 14 years old, helping him out on some mission.
Yeah,
I like that. Gives you
yeah,
like a little future of that she will eventually earn his trust and help him out with in her own way.
yeah.
Um, but the games stand the test of time as much as there's a problem with Night, which I really do have. Only for the tanks because that was just too much. I don't know what they were thinking. They were probably high. Those engineers or whatever and the writers, they were probably just
They're
high
like,
off the. They were just high off Batman and just said, "Oh, let's just get have a tank."
they're like, yeah. We want to use the back tank a little too much. Like that's the problem. And it's like 70% of the gameplay is using the tank. It's like, yeah,
And the fact that
no.
his mindset was just going insane slowly due to that whole thing of why he upgraded everything because it could have been the Joker's influence.
Yeah, it was just because Joker's influence. Joker was prepping his mind for takeover, which sadly the Bruce side had to die, and the Batman side had to live, more or less.
Which is what you sent me a video about years ago when I said, "Fuck this shit." Michael, send me the damn video. I cannot do this. I hate this.
Yeah,
I hate this.
yeah. Like honestly, like that moment was kind of like we're like, uh, Batman in his mind snaps Joker's neck, and this is like, obviously it's unreal, but if he's willing to go, he's it's really interesting. Kind of like see Bruce kind of almost lose, but then I was like, Bruce's side dies, and Batman, Bruce, I guess the Batman side comes out and wins.
But given the fact he had to give up his Bruce side, doesn't that mean that means he had to give up his children, quote unquote?
Yeah, yeah, it's like why initiated that protocol, the Nightfall protocol, and this is why also codename Martha, his mom, was the code to initiate it, which is pretty much fake his death, blow up Wayne Manor, and, you know, disappear and then come back as a new mythos,
Mm,
more or less.
and that's how you end the Kevin Conroy the Batman Asylum trilogy games.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Basically going back to basics.
But to give up, I don't
Reinventing.
know, just to give up your family though, the one that you did that you unintentionally established for yourself, you have to give them up though too. Wow, Bruce.
Yeah, yeah. That's sad. Like, and beat the Joker's down. In order, I guess, to contain the Joker's murderous rampage, then you had to sacrifice something. It's
Mm,
got sad in a way. It's sad because he can't have a normal life. No, not that he had a normal life. but like he can find like the piece that other Batman has found.
There were lots of references to extended lore of the Batman, like with Kate Kane being like
Yeah,
having like a video message for Bruce at Wayne Tower or whatever with Lucius Fox.
yeah. And then she's getting married. And then there's problems with Lex Luthor.
Which confirms Superman is alive in that universe somewhere.
Yeah, and there's like Black Canary, like signs of his references. Green Arrow, I think there's a reference to Flash at some point. Superman is referenced a couple times in the games. See what else.
Zatanna has a poster somewhere in the lower decks of the city about a performance, which is nice to see.
Yeah, there's a poster of Grayson's. Even Arkham Asylum, there's a nice Penguin picture. You know, once again, that's an Easter egg because Penguin will never go to Arkham Asylum.
He's not crazy. He's an underground person, but he's not crazy.
He'll always be sent to Blackgate, like Bane is usually sent as well. I believe usually that's what they're sent if they're captured and stuff.
I ain't crazy, you crackers. Get the fuck out of my way.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the only sane one in his Batman's main rogues gallery. He's the only sane one. One like not put in Arkham Asylum. Usually.
I still get chills from that stupid gator person though, Croc.
Yeah, Killer Croc, that's great. I mean, like, as annoying it is to always like have the battering. So
yeah, I know. You gotta click R1 and you are, but it's like, what the fuck? What's it doing? Come on!
Yeah, sometimes I miss as well if I'm gator person. Like, damn it, battering one time I want you to work.
But Killer Croc's just scary. I think he's like the most, he's just scary because he is a human, but he has some reptilian disease or something, a very rare genetic. It's very rare and it's scary.
Yeah, scary and it's like addictive. So he just becomes more monstrous.
Has a thing for has a thing for real life bones.
Yeah,
Which creeped me out. I read the document of that paper about saying he has a thing for bones and getting the recorded material, and it's like, ugh, no, yeah. I can't do this. I can't. He scares me. Joker, I can ignore Joker. Killer Croc scares me. I can't deal with him.
Joker's there.
Yeah.
Like the Victor Sass tapes are kind of scary.
Oh, right, Victor's eyes, right.
If you complete that one, that's like, yeah, that's creepy. Like, Victor's ass is like one of those, like, homicidal, like, you know, guy who just, like, you know, mutilates himself, you know, hurt them, kill someone. He has, like, a mark.
For each woman he has ever killed and everything.
Yeah.
And yet Batman, Bruce, does not decide, still will never decide to kill him. But he does need to keep him contained.
Yeah, like, Sass isn't most interesting villain, but he's definitely, like...
He's on it. It feels like he's the most relatable in terms of, like, this shit really does happen in our world, or whatever.
Yeah, he's more, like, I don't know, Batman's wrong, he's probably, like, the closest. Like, I mean, yeah, just like Joker, but not that level. So.
Victor Zsasz is, he's just, God. I mean, not that he would ever find men interesting. I mean, he would just kill them outright. So whatever. Yeah. It's the women. It's the women that really do need to fear him because. Yeah. I don't even know why they even decided to give him a psychological review. Like, God, why? He's crazy. Don't get anywhere near this asshole. He will kill you. Get away. Do not do anything. Stay inside. Do not get close to this maniac who could kill you.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing like a Mad Hatter. Like you don't want to be his Al.
Mad Hatter. Well, I will admit that part of the game, whenever he came in, kind of just frustrated me because it was kind of not hard, but it was annoyingly challenging sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, don't you want a teapot, Alice? God damn.
Him and his obsession with Al. Quote unquote. A woman he chooses, usually blonde, he later kills. And so the Batman doesn't really like him. I think got involved in roles like Batman kinda hates Mad Hatter the most sometimes. Just because going around Mad Hatter perverted a kid's fantasy or story and uses it for his murders.
If
And,
if
yeah.
if it's anything Bruce Wayne, Batman dislikes more, is this children getting involved in these homicidal maniacs' agenda. He will not stand for it.
Yeah, remember like that like Sewer King episode where he just really gets pissed off at this guy who's been like playing these poor orphan kids in the sewers. That was like the angriest I think Kevin Conroy got in the animated series.
Wow.
Like you can feel the emotion and he really wants to kill this guy to hurt him. But
Never in my life have I wanted to kill someone or murder someone or whatever he said. I don't think you're allowed to say kill. I think that was the rule.
No, he gets to kill him.
Oh, okay.
But he's like it's just close. He's like he's close to breaking his rule or something like that. And this is like damn. And you get feeling.
Kevin Conroy was just so great. He was amazing, fantastic. All the words to express the admiration you can have for this man. Being at childhoods, being fans of Batman brought to life with this man's great voice, who was also a genuine soul. Not that he was perfect, of course, but he was truly genuine with his fans and the admiration he had for the cartoon, and always saying praising thoughts for everything he was involved in every capacity. And
he's great.
It's very sad that he has passed.
Yeah, he was a wonderful person. He loved the fans. He enjoyed fan base. Everything he appeared in, even his cameos and like Kevin Smith's Yoga Houses, it's made me chuckle.
I still need to watch Yoga Houser.
Yeah, because like that one scene, because it's a reference to Batman. That's not very Canadian of you. Girls, and then come on, Dick or some person, let's go. Like reference to Batman and Robin. Not humorous.
So it shows, it shows he has a sense of humor, which is good, always good to have. And he went to Juilliard or something.
Yeah, he went to Juilliard.
Yeah, he's classically trained. Yeah.
I went to Juilliard.
Yeah, he did left stage plays.
Yeah, he was also roommates with Robin Williams.
Oh, nice! I had no clue.
Yeah, and if he stuck around, he would have been also roommates with Christopher Reeve.
Oh, dude. Kevin Conroy, and Kevin Conroy finally was able to portray Bruce Wayne live action for the first time once in the CW's now defunct, sadly, Arrowverse event of Crisis on Infinite Earths, episode 2. Yeah. He portrayed Bruce Wayne, where Kate Kane and Kara had to go to the world to get something. I don't want to go into the full explanation of that. Go watch the video I made a couple of years ago about talking about Infinite Crisis on Infinite Earths. Go watch that video.
Congratulations for him playing an even darker Bruce Wayne than Ben Affleck.
Yes. Yeah, well, I don't want to. Oh, Ben Affleck.
even darker than him.
Yes.
Like, I didn't believe it. But when they said, "Yeah, killed off for my wrongs," like,
he killed them, and the very fact of the matter, he was able to take care of Superman, which left Kara shocked too. It was like, wow, he's really tapping into something that I've never thought I would see. I'm Batman, or whatever. Oh my god!
like the one like skit him and Tim Daly did. Then it's just like awesome. I am the night. I am vengeance. I am the night. I'm Batman.
That skit is hilarious.
That's a great skit. That's an even better Batman vs Superman movie.
Oh god! One day, I guess we'll. And we're never. I'm not saying we're never gonna watch it, but my god, we're going. I mean, one day maybe. I don't know.
One day.
I'll talk about it off recording. But the very fact of I mean, I loved seeing him finally portray Bruce Wayne on television because he was truly the one to bring him to life. And as much as everyone also loved Adam West, may he also continue resting in peace or wherever he is.
Yeah.
It was very goofy, very campy. We all know about it from the 60s. We all know. And everyone thought Batman was supposed to be this goofy, campy person. And it's like, no, he's pretty dark. He actually killed people when he was first introduced. I learned this from Mike. So
yeah, first introduced for a little bit, he killed people. He wasn't, and he had guns for a very brief period.
Yeah, he was pretty much just the Shadow.
Yeah, and then they realized, hey, we gotta drop that because he's too much like Shadow.
But yeah, Kevin Conroy. I think that was his last appearance I saw him in. The Killing Joke movie, which it has a lot of ups and downs. I can't say honestly. I cannot say watch it or at least skip the first 45 minutes of that annoying Batgirl story because as much as I like Babs, that was not the vibe, man. That was just horny. I want to do. I did hit him on the roof.
They could have done something.
It could have been tasteful. It could have shown a different. But no, we got to make it sex.
Yeah, they could have done something different.
I've always heard. I always heard Kevin Conroy say that he would only come back to voice Batman Bruce Wayne again if they ever adapted the Killing Joke, and they finally did it. And
he did come back for Justice League
superhero show, right? That kitty one?
Yeah. The kitty one and the versus the Fatal Five. And I believe there's a rumor that he might have been in that the new Batman series that's coming out as Thomas Wayne.
Wow, that means that could have been his final role.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
Well,
someone said it. I'm not sure if it's correct or not.
Well, so far, the last thing to my knowledge, that he did as Batman is that multiverse fighting game.
Yeah, multiverse is probably his final as Batman, sadly. Or maybe, I don't know, sadly, because, he had some good times with that. But, in terms of, animated stuff, yeah. Fatal
5 was great because it was a darker version of the cartoon because they can get away with saying cuss words and they were all hardcore. It was great.
Yeah.
It was just like watching a cartoon. I mean, Wonder Woman.
I need to watch Fatal 5.
You do.
I heard it was good.
It's great. Good. I mean, God, you see fucking Wonder Woman wrestle a bear. She goes fucking hardcore in some assholes. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and speaking of Wonder Woman, I did like this when it was on the cartoon that Batman could have hooked up with Wonder Woman at some point, which I'm fine with. Like, oh yes, of course you two would. She likes you, Bruce, and the very fact of the matter that you are gloomy Gus and I'm a witch boy. I'm a witch man with issues, lots of issues.
No,
You're an immortal goddess who doesn't age or something like that. And he was just trying to tell her, "I don't get with me. I'm dangerous." And then she just breaks open. She breaks a gargoyle's head and says, "Next, no one's doing anything to me, Bruce. I'm fine," which is true. Who the fuck would mess
yeah,
with Wonder Woman?
yeah. Bruce and his like fears, just like yeah.
At best, Zatanna, but I love Zatanna too, and they're just friends. I want to believe. I think that they're totally friends. I mean,
They're just friends.
they're friends. They really are platonic friends. As much as I remember Paul Dini's comic of Zatanna and her greatest wish is to get married, and that's not a wish, but she saw. But in the comic, it's so Bruce being in there, and Zatanna kind of hoped he was kind of jealous that he was letting her go, but she was kind of fine with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they're just friends. As much as they
Mhm.
had a complicated relationship in the 90s due to that whole Dr. Light thing, which is also fucking complicated.
Yeah, that was another period. DC, yeah, let's make our heroes shitty, kinda.
Batman kind of just, and he was the one to create OMAC, which was going to be the beginning of the end for a lot of characters.
But then again, Bruce also did some shit, the Tower of Babel arc.
Oh, God.
Remember that, which was, made into film?
Which is good. That's also a good one to watch.
Yeah.
And the fact that, what did he tell Alfred? Alfred, you need to call everyone. What? They're all in danger. From whom? From me. Because
Me.
someone was able to get his programs of like contingencies, not to get rid of them, not to kill them, but just to contain them if they ever went low.
Yeah, because Bruce is paranoid.
That's a bad side of Bruce and Batman. He's very paranoid.
Yeah, it's understandable that he would have contingency plans, because, you know what? He thinks of everything. And even his own, which is just like which does Superman.
Which in turn, unfortunately, has caused some fanboys to be like, Batman's the best superhero because he can outthink everyone and make plans and contingencies for everything. Which, okay, let's calm down. Let's pump the brakes, huh? Okay.
That argument is more of a detriment of Batman because he's an unhealthy, obsessed, paranoid.
Yes.
Yeah, he's best when he uses human flaws to push through things.
And not
Even
deal
if
with
he
them.
is-
Trauma.
Remember that one episode where they were dealing with the Justice Lords and he surrendered to himself after having like an argument with him.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that just popped into my mind, going like where his alternate self going like, I don't want to see another child have their parents taken away or something like that, and that resonated so much. Where he goes like, when.
Yeah.
That was that's another powerful moment. Dad would be so proud of you.
Yeah.
God damn it. Damn, Bruce, you really know how to hit low when you really want to, man. Even against yourself.
He does bring up a point.
Yeah, Bruce can be an asshole, even to himself.
Even to himself, he can be an asshole. Even in that future storyline where young Bruce meets old Bruce.
Oh, right. When the timeline was becoming screwed up due to some criminal, whatever, and
I can't believe I was ever this green. This is how you interrogate somebody. And they never show it, and they just go like, "What the fuck did old man Bruce do?"
And poor Michael Rosenbaum's just like, oh, he's my Christopher Walken voice.
Yeah. Speaking of Rosenbaum, he actually did an interview with Kevin Conroy on his channel.
Interesting.
Yeah, talking about like Kevin Conroy's life, and it was very interesting.
I gotta find that then. Okay.
I'll post it in the I'll post it on Discord. I'll post the video on Discord.
Thanks.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
But since we've been talking for over an hour, I feel like we should get our final thoughts on the passing of Kevin Conroy. And I would like to mention, if you got this far, thank you. Yes, I'm also aware another childhood person also has passed, sadly, due to suicide. That is the Green Ranger, Tommy, who was also
Yeah.
Jason Frank Green?
David Frank.
David Frank. David Frank,
Yeah.
yes. He also, unfortunately, has gone, and it also ripped apart a lot of people who grew up with him or know of him's hearts as well.
Yeah, that was heartbreaking.
Very
Yeah,
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
If you have trouble, please speak out. Get help. Get the help you need because you are
Yes.
loved in your life.
Mhm.
It's just been a rough. It's also sort of been a rough year with a lot of passings due to either natural occurrences or unexpected deaths. I mean, it's rough. So just try to love each other as best you can, and try to tell people your feelings of. Don't try to take the people you know for granted. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Mike, any final thoughts on Kevin Conroy? Since I know you're the big Batman head.
Well, Kevin Conroy was, he was a legend, and, I'm glad he got a chance to voice Batman for over about 30 years. It's iconic, and he will be missed, like, honest. I'm happy I got his autograph, like, through a online signing, so I'm gonna always treasure that piece.
Um, I'm not the biggest as like Mike. I'm not the biggest Batman person, but I do respect everything that Kevin Conroy has done, being an icon. Like many other fans, it is very heartbreaking that he passed, and I wish him well, and may he rest in peace. And that will always have everything he's done, since it'll always be cemented in anything you have ever watched of him, either the cartoon or the movie, or any animated movies or the cartoons that extended past the original series, and of course live action or whatever he's done, made appearances and the interviews. He will be greatly missed, and he is still loved to this day, no matter how long we.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll always be well loved.
His voice will live on forever. His legacy as Batman will continue living on. Through rewatches, through people playing the games, through the movies. Kevin was iconic and will be missed, but the fan base will always live on in our hearts.
Yes.
Thank you, Kevin.
Godspeed,
Kevin?
man.
Godspeed.
Kevin, when I always think of Batman, your voice is the first thing I think of.
Yeah. Same here.
Ditto.
Long live Batman.
Yes. And with that, take care, everyone.